Today is Monday, April 25th. Let's take a look at what I'll really be watching this week. That's the small cap performance to the big cap. A little excitement with the Russell getting a little bit of traction. Let's take a look starting with the ETFs, the SPY for the S&P 500. Little talk about a golden cross happening. Maybe it's happening in the Dow. This is not a golden cross. These are just oscillations in a flat market. Please just ignore the crossovers. However, the 50-day average in red here above the 200-day in black or green, whatever color that is, that would be better than it not being above. So it's a positive, but please, it's not a buy signal. What we have here is resistance above. You can see it here from middle of the pattern was at November, December, and then again at the all-time highs back in May and June. That's still resistance on the S&P. So now we're going to go over to Russell using the ETFs. You can see that the excitement here is that it's now above the 200-day moving average and now above the trend line from the peak last year. So that's a pretty good positive for the small caps. But is it a meaningful rotation back into the small caps? For that, we're going to use Technician's little feature here with a colon to mark a division. I'm going to start fresh here. Colon SPY. And because it's a ratio and the highs and lows are kind of not meaningful, I put that in line format. You can see that the ratio has not broken out. It's certainly improved, coming off this very deep low here, maybe an oversold low on the ratio. Still below its 200-day average, still below the trend line, so not yet. Small caps are doing much better, of course, but just not yet is not really a serious rotation back, at least officially according to the technicals. Yes, there's a trend, a nice rising trend from February, but again, we want to wait for the actual break of this trend line. All right, with that said, I'm going to go back to the S&P. Just look at it on its own, and we'll put it back in bars. All right, so what would happen here if this is a resistance zone for the S&P? That would be the denominator of the ratio, and if the denominator stalls and the numerator, the Russell ETF, keeps going, well, then you will get a breakout in the ratio. So that's just something to consider from the math. But again, you want to wait for actual signals before you do anything real in trading.